use your accelerator. It does work.
On a country lane in Cheshire, PC Andy Doran is dealing with the aftermath of a 4x4 that has flipped onto its side.
He's lost control and it's done a full 360 and gone over its side. Unfortunately, where this car's crashed, it's a bit of a bad spot for people to see round. Can we request you to garage this vehicle? It's blocking the road, it's on its side and it's on the highway. Seeing the state of this here, he's very fortunate that he's been able to walk away from the vehicle uninjured.
After 2 years of lockdowns, Britain is back on the roads. And that means more mayhem and madness. Nina. We join Cheshire's Motorway Cops.
You're under arrest, mate.
As they fight to keep our roads safe,
Open the door. Out the vehicle.
we capture the action.
Can you wave to camera? Whoa. There's no need to swear.
I'll swear if I want.
You will not swear
It's a
at
free
me.
country.
You have to give me your name, date of birth.
I want to speak to you, your superior.
I am the superior.
You could have ruined my life today.
I need to make sure that you're safe to be behind that wheel.
Get in your car! Get in your car!
Have you got any points on your driving licence? 6 for speeding. Mark Schumacher.
He's getting locked up. He's a balloon.
Helping them in their battle with idiots behind the wheel is Dashcam. It's vital evidence
You haven't got dash cam, have you?
and proof that Britain's dumbest drivers are a law unto themselves.
Oh my God!
Tonight, police get ready to snare a suspected drug dealer.
I've got visual on A107. The indicator just flashed. White male, black jacket was getting the driver's seat.
Officers get into a fat fight over cooking oil.
Whatever's going on, it doesn't look right. It doesn't smell right. You go home stinking of it. I'll get accused of having had a McDonald's today when I get out.
And a man forgets that he's driven a car.
There's a photo of you here driving down earlier.
I wasn't.
Sure?
I don't remember you driving, no.
You can all pack your bags anyway, because you're going to walk home.
It's like Trigger's brush. Been going 20 years to have 4 new handles, 2 new heads. The personal pride in the fleet. Back in the day, the sergeant would probably give you a clap around the ear if you didn't clean your car. Probably frowned upon these days.
One of the youngest members of the Cheshire Roads and Crime Unit is 28-year-old PC Rowan Bird.
Multiple murders on the front of this. Cleaner than my own car. It's not hard, to be fair. We aim to get them done every Sunday, so at least we're clean for a week or for a day of that week. Job's a good one. Part of this job is exactly what I expected it to be. It's being proactive and targeting offenders for, really key offences like drink and drug driving, trying to keep the roads as safe as possible. Just seeing a car look like it had a few defects on it, it's always worth just checking them out and seeing what the score is. Sort of wobbly rear near side wheel and the windows looks like it's being taped on, which isn't exactly ideal. I'm going to stop him and have a chat. This wheel is really wiggly. Let's give him a little stop here. I think he knew that was coming. Oh. Hiya mate, you okay? What's going on with that window?
Basically what it was is I had it down so far and then one of my mates from work decided to push down on it, not realising that he broke the inside, so I'm waiting on the new part for it to come so I can get it fixed.
Fair enough. Ooh, jump out for a minute, bud. Smell very strongly of cannabis. When did you last have your split? Okay. You haven't had it yet? When did you last smoke cannabis?
Last night.
Okay, come and take a seat with me for a sec. Bit of cannabis, no one's ever given it up that quick before. Don't think it's Pablo Escobar, do you? Right, bud. We're going to do a drug wipe, okay? Just see if there's any cannabis in your system, okay?
Yep.
Stick your tongue out for us. I know it's not the best thing in the world, but... You say last night was the last time you had some? What do you do for work?
I work for a driveway company on a part-time basis.
Actually, labouring on the driveway, as in putting it down, yeah?
Yeah, that.
Do you want to let your boss know that you're not going to be going to your appointment? Because this is already indicating positive for cannabis, mate.
A bit of a problem. I've just been pulled in my car, obviously, and they've tested me for cannabis and it's come up as positive. I spoke cannabis of a night time, so looks like it. Oh. Man.
Okay, so we did the test at, well, we did it 9 minutes ago. So that means that at the minute you're under arrest on suspicion of driving whilst over the prescribed limit of drugs.
I was just about from the wife, so.
Were you? What do you need to tell her? Just that you're going to Blake. Maybe let's just give it 10 minutes till we get to the nick, mate. When you...
It's gonna make no difference, is it? My life's in ruins now. All because I can't.
What's going on, mate? What's happening here?
Bad drivers treat the roads like their own personal playground. Whether it's a hop,
Oh my god!
skip, or a jump. It's no fun for other road users. Luckily, the nation's dashcams are catching these highway bullies on camera.
Ooh, jump out for a minute, bud. Smell very strongly of cannabis. Come and take a seat with me for a sec.
In Chester, PC Rowan Burt has stopped a driver who's tested positive for cannabis.
What's going on, mate? What's happening here?
I'm gonna lose my license. I've got nothing. My wife's not gonna be happy.
At the minute, you're not getting banned right now, okay? Yes, you've failed a roadside test, okay? We need to take some blood from you to establish how much drug is in your system, okay? That may be over, it may be under, okay? I can't say what it's going to be at this minute. My colleague's just going to come down, just going to go search the rest of the vehicle. I understand that you're saying that,
There's a joint in the car.
Okay, well, initially you said there's nothing else in the car, so you're also under arrest on suspicion of possession of cannabis.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll remind you that you're under caution.
Yeah. There's one joint into the driver's side door.
I understand you're in a rubbish situation, that you're having troubles. I can see that. I can see you're really upset with it, but I'm not here to make things worse for you and to make you feel worse. Unfortunately,
Couldn't get any worse.
Unfortunately, there's a few things that aren't quite right at the minute, isn't there?
PC Jane Davis arrives to search the vehicle.
Oh, I can smell it. Oh, you just got a glass of coffee. That'd be your worst nightmare, wouldn't it? Can we just get rid of these and I'll put them in a bag? It's nothing in there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, put that in there.
Is that the joint you were talking about, is it, mate?
Yeah.
Just gonna pop some cuffs on, dude, just let's have a quick look at this, alright?
Really? Do I have to?
I don't know, you do I?
I'm gonna go anywhere, man.
I'm not saying you go anywhere.
Alright. It's the first time I've ever been in cuffs, by the way.
Oh, there you go then. First time for everything.
Yeah, great.
The driver is taken into custody.
Got an adult male, section 5A in possession of cannabis.
where he'll have a blood test to confirm if he's over the drug drive limit.
All right, bud, jump out. You got it. Done this before, you see. This way, bud. This way. Ultimately, he's been arrested today because he hasn't fixed defects on his car, and had he done that, he wouldn't have come to my attention today. I always feel for people who get upset when they're arrested because they've clearly got a lot going on. There's going to be impacts to their life, you know, to their family life, but ultimately there's cause and effect in life. If you do something or, you know, you use drugs and then you decide to drive, you're always running that risk, you getting caught, and that's what's been his downfall today.
I'll see you later on the road. Very well. First priority is going to be a caffeine stop, I think. An early start this morning.
Preparing for his day patrol is Inspector Anton Sullivan.
Get some of these. Make sure I've got enough yellow cards in case we get any more criminals travelling through the county. They're brilliant, these things, because if we stop people we believe are involved with criminality and we don't get the evidence, then we give them one of these. And it's basically telling them that we know who they are, we know what they think they're up to, they're not welcome in Cheshire, so I love dishing these out.
Yellow cards in hand, Anton is ready to take charge of Cheshire's roads.
Weather's looking a bit changeable, but always live in hope that the specs will come out at some time, you know, get those shades on. So I'm hoping the weather will clear up. Go and see what's happening on the roads of the county today.
NPR M56 Hatford eastbound lane 1. That vehicle is a Ford Transit long wheelbase, painted in white. With a marker, 2 males, 1 female, entered rear of hotel, entered private storage area where oil drum was located, believed attempting oil theft.
Cameras picked up on a van travelling this way down the M56, and it's a mark from yesterday saying that the occupants of this van were around acting suspiciously around the rear of a hotel where they had like cooking oil. The price of fuel is going up so much that some people are now looking to cash in. Been an increase in theft of that sort of thing because people are using it as cheap fuel in the vehicles. If you're committing crime, I don't care what it is, don't come to Cheshire, because we'll have you.
Anton's joined by more officers, keen to catch up with the van.
It was in lane 1, mate, and I watched it commit into the bowl at 11.
And PC Rowan Burt already has eyes on the suspects.
I've just sighted that van, but unfortunately it was on the opposite carriageway. Just going to try and battle through some of this traffic.
With the van heading the other way,
Buggerations.
it's an about turn for Anton too.
Proverbial sodswell. Hotel Sierra, I'm at just junction 9. We'll have to spin round to 10 now.
Anton and his team don't want to lose sight of the vehicle. Chasing criminals on motorways is a high-risk business. Like here in the West Midlands, when officers from the Central Motorway Police try and stop a stolen car.
Shelley's taking off on the way.
The driver leads police on a dangerous pursuit on the M6. He's hitting speeds of over 137 miles per hour.
Shelley's about to stop.
With a reckless undertake on the hard shoulder, he risks a head-on collision at the incoming slip road.
Oh, wait, he's going to try and go the wrong way of the slip road. Stand by.
But the police act quickly and force him to a stop. The driver admitted dangerous driving and driving while disqualified. He was sentenced to 18 months and received a 3-year driving ban. Back on the M56 in Cheshire, police are in pursuit of a white van linked to the theft of cooking oil.
On it now on the approach to 10. I'll try and bring it off to the services. Roger.
Looks like they're taking it off at the next junction down, so we'll just fly on to them.
We just caught up with the vehicle now. One of my colleagues has managed to get in front of it and he's follow me on. We're just going to take it into the services now.
There better be something in it now. Chip, fat or no.
I can see it pouring out the back. It is that way, mate.
Well, they've stopped the vehicle. Clearly, they were never going to get anywhere with all these police cars here. So we're just going to find out who these individuals are, see what's in the vehicle.
Have you been to Chester today?
Yeah.
To Chester today?
Yes.
Do you know what they're doing?
No, we are going in different. We are stopping here, asking. Do you have a contract? No. Can we pick the oil? Yes.
Oh, I don't... Bloody hell. I can't check all the barrels, but at the moment they're looking empty. Smells like an old chip fat factory.
Quite a few proper minging oil barrels. There are 15, 16 oil barrels in here. Stinks, doesn't it?
I mean, if they filled each one of those barrels up, you know, several hundred litres of the stuff.
There is one way for the van's occupants to prove their load is legitimate.
To comply with the Environment Agency, you must have waste transfer notes.
Yes.
Those notes have to say where you've collected your oil from, how much and where you're taking it to and how it's being disposed of. Do you have those?
Yes. He have in his houses.
But you can't have it in your house because your waste transfer note tells you where you're picking your oil up from today and where you're taking it to. That has to be with you.
Today
It can't be in your house.
We didn't go to pick up the oil. We're just going to make the contract.
The report came from Lincolnshire, and this vehicle's been in West Yorkshire as well. So whatever they're up to, they're certainly travelling around the country. We'll work it out.
His insurance isn't quite right. He's saying he's the registered keeper, and he's not. He's saying he's never been convicted of a motoring offence, and he's got 12 points and an expired substantive licence. So,
The driver?
Yeah.
So we're having his car anyway then?
I think we'll be having the van anyway, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I might consider yellow carding these three.
Yeah. If you can explain to him, he's going to be reported for 2 offences. One is driving otherwise in accordance with his licence, because it's expired, and the other one is no insurance. So it's been seized now.
A lot of people are stealing oil.
Yes,
and we think that that's what you might have been up to. Now, if you are up to that, this piece of paper informs you that we will record your details, and if you're coming to Cheshire and you're committing crime, you're not welcome. Don't come here. Whatever's going on, it doesn't look right, it doesn't smell right. Go home stinking of it. I'll get accused of having had a McDonald's today when I get home.
Well done, everyone. Cheers, medals.
See you, medals back at the neck. Wasn't what we were expecting. They've got the barrels in there and they've clearly had oil and chip fat because the van was covered in it. It stank, absolutely reeked like an old chip shop. We've seized the van off them because it was uninsured, the paperwork wasn't in order, and at the end of the day, it's a result for us. And we've disrupted whatever it was they were seeking to do.
I've got a new coat. It's very bright. And, I need to pen over the double XL, and we also need to find a puddle to throw it in today because I look very, very squinty bright. But keep me warm.
Clocking on in Congleton is PC Matt Turner.
You've got to plan for all the weather. You never know what you might come across. Got the clipboard of justice. Let's go. I think I've got everything. The load in the car is the worst bit of the day. I'm going on my holidays. We're on days today in a marked car. It's difficult in a marked car because you lose that element of surprise, so just trying to see if we can see anyone.
Can I pass some instructions, please?
Go ahead.
These observations for a Peugeot 107 in black that's involved in drug dealing. We will be in possession of controlled substances.
We've been tasked to Macclesfield now. We've received some intelligence that there's a vehicle that we need to stop. It's a little black Peugeot that's involved in drug dealing. It's currently on a street just up here. Tango 91, I'm static on Trinity Square. There's a black Peugeot there. Is it a 107, is it? Little tiny thing.
That's right, a 5-door version of it.
I've got visual on A107. I can't confirm the reg, and the indicator's just flashed. White male, black jacket was getting the driver's seat. I don't know where the other patrol is. It's just moving off now, mate.
An unmarked police car gets on the suspect's tail.
Yeah, we're behind that vehicle now.
By chance, just as soon as we parked up, it pulled off, but the unmarked patrol's directly behind, and then we're vehicle 2, so we'll stop him when we can.
But Matt knows that drivers up to no good can be hell-bent on making a quick getaway. Like this reckless driver in Suffolk, who refuses to stop for police. In a shocking 7-mile pursuit, the man narrowly misses innocent motorists. The chase only comes to a stop when the car smashes into an HGV. The driver pleaded guilty to dangerous driving and driving without a licence. He was given a 14-month prison sentence, suspended for 2 years. Back in Macclesfield, PC Matt Turner is pursuing a car connected to drug dealing.
So we'll stop him when we can. The unmarked patrol's directly behind, and then we're vehicle 2.
Vehicle's just turned left.
Matt has switched on his blues and twos, leaving the driver in no doubt. The cops are onto him.
We'll try and put stopping it. Come back.
Thinking about it.
Come back.
We're spending well over $1,000 to learn to drive. But frankly, this driver should demand a refund. On average, we need 45 hours of lessons before being ready for our test. Some might need more. Pass rates are up, but with driving like this, you'd question how some motorists manage it.
The unmarked patrol's directly behind, and then we'll stop him when we can.
In Macclesfield, PC Matt Turner and an unmarked police car are attempting to stop a vehicle with suspected links to drug dealing.
We'll try and put stopping it.
Just thinking about it.
Vehicle stop.
Hands up, I can see him.
Hey up.
Hello.
can't, mate. Right, you've been detained for the purposes of Section 23 misuse of drugs activity. Okay? Have you got anything on you I need to know about? Anything else at all? Don't go for it, I will find it, alright? Move you away from the car, you're just in the middle of the road. Right. So, still done, Bob?
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean that. I thought you were watching.
Oh, mate, you knew we wanted you to stop. Didn't you?
That's a bit tight, that one.
I think you were trying to hide something.
No, was it? No, I told you it's in there.
Is there anything in the car?
No, nothing in the car at all, mate, no.
Have you got any needles or anything sharp that's going to hurt me?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Just the pipe and the tube in there, that's all.
How often do you use, mate?
Heavy. Well, not heavy, but just like once or twice a week.
Every day, mate. That's what you were going to say. Be honest, mate, it's fine.
Usually double the answer is the right one.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Just keep your hands up, mate. I'll keep falling.
That's the tube I was talking about.
While Matt and PC Mike Jennings see what else the suspect might have on him, PC Rich Woodward is checking out his car.
I'm just having a quick search of this car. Intelligence that the occupant, the driver, possibly involved in the supply of drugs. Wasn't overly enthused about the idea of stopping, so possibility that he's taken the time to put something down his trousers or plug it maybe. So we'll see what we find. FIFA 97, wow, retro.
I think based on the information, we're going to take you in for a strip search.
Just take a sit in here, mate.
Right.
We'll sort that.
I just don't want to get in 60, that's all.
No, we'll sort that.
Double yellows.
You might have one for speeding the way you were rating down there.
Mate, what's this stuff you got here? I'm sure it's not Calpol.
No, methadone, that one.
Okay, is it yours? It's not got any name on it, has it?
Yeah, it's mine, that.
Where's the label gone?
Well, it fell off a while ago.
Say again?
It came off a while ago.
Labels don't just fall off, do they?
Or washed the
No
bottle
one
out.
keeps methadone for longer than they need to. Take it when you get given it, don't you?
No, not really. No,
Why not?
Saved that because obviously I don't want to be doing
The
this
labels don't
anymore.
fall off. I've got medicine from about 1995 in my mum's cupboard and it's still got the label on. Let me give you that, Jim.
You're on the script, are you?
I'm not, mate, no.
It's not yours, then?
No.
Methadone is a Class A drug. It's illegal to have it in your possession without a prescription.
Right, mate, because you've been driving and suspect you may have taken some drugs, I'm going to ask you to do a roadside drug wipe for analysis. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out as wide as you can. Stick your tongue out.
Got the contents of a garage at the moment for a car valeters, but nothing too exciting.
Hang on. What's that, mate?
Yeah, that's heroin, that.
Alright. Is that all you've got? Definitely? Right.
Sorry, I should have said it.
Right, so at the moment, you're under arrest for possession of heroin. Okay? The second part of the bad news is you tested positive on a drug wipe, so you're going to be arrested for suspicion of drug driving, alright?
Got a wrap of heroin in his wallet, so he's been locked up now. Positive for a drug swipe, possession of heroin.
These?
And methadone.
That's not his. Good stop, that. Good intel. We had to do a little bit of digging to get to the bottom of prescription medicine and the heroin that was found in his wallet, but he came quietly, so good job.
On the outskirts of Chester, PC Chris Swash is getting shipshape for his night shift.
007, the glamorous Blake and locker room. I've got a bit of OCD, to be fair, so I try to keep everything in order. Right, let's get out there, see what we can find. Nights are a real slog, to be fair, because you can't really get into any routine. Well, I certainly can't, so getting sleep's hard work, knowing when to eat. So yeah, it's challenging at nights, but that tends to be when we get quite a lot of our nice, good jobs. be floating around the area, bimbling around, seeing what we can pick up.
Got reports of a pedal cyclist at 6 to 5 northbound of the M53.
Form 5-6, I am at junction 8 53 if you want me to go.
Yeah, 5-6, that'll be great.
So we've just had a call to say that we've got a member of the public on a pedal cycle using a motorway. So he's in the hard shoulder on the southbound. On your push bike on the motorway. You got to question what they're doing, really, haven't you? Could be drunk, could be trying to take a shortcut to get somewhere. Either way, it's idiotic. 5-6, just confirm the location again.
Yeah, 6 to 5 northbound, going south on the north carriageway. So he's on the southbound carriageway.
On the south?
Yes, yes.
But people don't realise how dangerous it is when they're in the hard shoulder. Especially like this section of the motorway. I guarantee you, he's got no lights on his bike and he'll be wearing dark black clothing. It's a recipe for disaster.
Cyclists and motorways should never mix. But when they do, it's extremely dangerous. Like this crazy courier. In a rush to get to Heathrow, this man takes his bike for a ride down the hard shoulder. And this cyclist didn't think it was at all insane to cross 2 live lanes of the M25.
They haven't left me much room at all here.
Back on the M53, PC Chris Swash is trying to spot a cyclist on a dark stretch of motorway.
Tom, mate.
I'm saying cyclists race workers on here.
Yeah. Some balloon on a bike up here, apparently.
Surprise me.
Mate, they're idiots. Yeah. Tom, mate.
All right, no worries.
5-6 with the mail.
Roger, 5-6 for now. Charlie Skyder.
Hiya. You alright, mate, yeah?
Yeah, I've just had a hell of a night.
Yeah. Tell me what you're doing on the motorway, because you shouldn't be on the motorway.
I was on my way from Manchester to Ellesmere Port, back to Houghton.
Yeah.
I was there for about an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and then the trains got delayed in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Got cancelled. So I tried making my way back using my phone on Google Maps, but my phone's died. So the only way I could figure out how to go home was following the signs, which led me onto the motorway.
Right, yeah. But you can't use the motorway network as a pedestrian, you know that?
No, where?
Yeah. No, you can't, mate. So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go back up this off-slip. Right. So, get back on your bike now. Yeah. You're lucky you're getting in at all if you've been riding on that side of the road, you idiot.
I was just trying to cross over to get out their way.
Yeah,
I know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's absolutely ridiculous. He's got himself a bit lost, it would seem, so he's on the on-slip at 6. There's a full closure on here, so I'm just going to escort him off safely.
Fixed penalty notice, etc.
Yeah, he'll be getting a ticket.
It's getting worse. No, he can let me off, man. I've had such a bad night.
I was going to go through some details with you. So obviously you've committed a moving traffic offence by being on the network. Okay, so we've got a caution you. So it's a non-enforceable fixed penalty notice. Okay, so you'll be getting a £100 fine for using. Yeah, £100 fine for using the motorway. We can't ignore it, mate, because there's no excuse. And well, you've been on that side of the road as well. Okay, it doesn't matter if you don't know. It is one of those things. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through this.
Come on, I've had such a bad night as it is.
So have I.
I know, but I'm not trying to harm anyone. I'm literally just trying to get home after a really bad, long night. Can't I just, like, get a one-time thing?
No. Just learn from it, mate, okay?
I was desperate to get home.
Yeah.
I didn't know any other way of getting home.
Okay, I'll get this chap just to lead you off. Okay, so wait there. Follow him in that, though. Stay behind him, okay? Ta, mate. He's saying he's had a bad night, but just because he's got himself a little bit lost and he's seen there's a closure on this side, doesn't mean you can just come and use it. Very, very lucky, really. So I don't know why anyone would want to cycle around in a hard shoulder, because it is literally a death trap. It never ceases to amaze me what we find on the network, to be honest.
How are you this tonight?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Alright. Just fueling up, making sure I've got a full tank for the evening ahead. See you later.
Just about to start his night shift is PC Rich Woodward.
Full tank. Ready for action. Get her into sports mode. Off we go. Crime Sunday. You get a decent job on Sunday night shifts. Something good generally happens. What's this guy doing now? He's not hanging about. We'll have a little look at his speed, get him paced, see how quick he's going. Just behind the silver BMW in front, he's been doing over 100 miles an hour. Just pacing him.
Even though Rich is pushing well over the speed limit, he's struggling to keep up.
Not sure any signs of slowing down just yet. Up to 112 miles an hour. We're up to the roadworks section in the 50s, so hopefully you're going to do a bit of braking for that and slow down a bit. But I think we've got workers present at the moment. He'll be coming up to a red light in a second by the looks of it, so I'll hopefully get him stopped there and have a chat with him. Oh no, we'll just go straight through the red light as well.
Rich knows that dangerous drivers need to be stopped. Like this driver, sandwiching himself between a car and an HGV after failing to stop for Cambridgeshire Police. In a heart-stopping chase, the driver nearly takes out road workers and narrowly misses other motorists. Reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour, the police deemed the chase too dangerous to continue. The driver was later arrested and pleaded guilty to dangerous driving and perverting the course of justice. He was sentenced to 15 months imprisonment, suspended for 2 years. Back on the M6, PC Rich Woodward is behind a BMW whose driver is ignoring red lights and hitting dangerously high speeds.
I'm concerned about his manner of driving. Wondering whether he's possibly impaired or trying to make a bit of an effort to get away. But I'll try and get him stopped as soon as I can, just so his driving doesn't get any more dangerous than it has been already.
Road rage is a serious problem, and it's on the rise. Whether it's being threatened,
Jump me like that? Go in the car. Shut me out. Knock you off your bike in a minute.
sworn at,
She just in front of me.
or just general aggression. It's all too commonplace on our roads. But for every row on the road, there's another driver ready to show fellow motorists a little bit of love.
Are you okay? You alright?
Back on the M6, PC Rich Woodward is pursuing a speeding BMW.
What's this guy doing now? He's hanging about. Hi, how you doing? The reason I've come to stop, there's a couple of reasons. One, you're speeding. Two, going through a red light. As you came off the M62, if you remember that.
Well, that's what I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Jump out, we'll grab a seat in my car.
There are 3 people in the vehicle, but it's the driver Rich really wants to hear from.
So just talk to you about your speed on the M6. What's the speed limit on the motorway?
70.
Cool. What are you doing over Thelwall Viaduct, like junction 20 to 21A?
Don't recall, but 70 is on cruise control.
So what if you set your cruise control to?
Well, 70.
How long have you had your car for?
6 months.
Right, so if you only had it 6 months, it must have a warranty, because if your cruise control was set at 70, it must be broken, because you're doing at least 100 miles an hour. Your cruise control's broken, so that's why you're speeding. So is there any reason why we didn't stop for a red light on the roundabout?
Mrs. is guiding me and I didn't even see it. She's falling asleep as well. We've had a long day.
So your missus is driving from the passenger seat? And
No, she's guiding me.
Right.
So I go to sugar, I've come off the wrong exit. What do I do?
Right.
So she goes, oh, quickly go. So I'm just panicking driving. It was literally the officer.
So I appreciate your missus maybe giving you directions, but ideally, when you're driving, you need to see what colour traffic lights are, don't you? Is the car registered and insured to you, is it?
Yeah.
The people listed on the insurance policy, you're not one of them?
They're the old people.
Okay, do you have the insurance policy with you that you've got for it?
No.
If you check your emails, you'll have the email, won't you?
Well, it's on... My dad's the main driver, Uniswap on the side driver, so it'll be on his email.
So your dad's insured it, but it's your car?
Yeah.
So that's called fronting, isn't it?
No, so he's the main policy driver.
Yeah, so how often does he drive it?
Every so often.
How long's the insurance policy been taken out?
Just very recently.
You've owned the car 6 months, but your dad's insured it for 2 days?
The engine got blown off.
Okay. So it's had no engine in for 6 months?
No.
Pressure getting to you?
No, I need to let some gas out, so I don't want to...
Plenty of gas coming out. Right, this car's been driven almost daily for the last 3 months, so it's not been off the road with a blown up engine. So shall we start again? Because I've got all night. I've got nowhere to be. I'll be back in a sec.
An ANPR camera confirms the car has also been driven earlier in the day by one of the other occupants of the vehicle.
Well, when you come down from Preston this morning, you've driven down?
Yeah, no.
How come you've driven down earlier today? Because there's a photo of you here driving down earlier.
I wasn't.
Sure?
I don't remember driving.
Say again?
I don't remember driving, no.
It's not a case of remembering it, like, you know, don't you? If you've driven a car today, you know, don't you? It's not a catch you out job, it's just, have you driven the car down today?
I don't know why you're interrogating me for, like I've done something wrong.
Because he's just trying to work out whether he's got insurance or not, and you're listed on the insurance policy, so there's no great shakes of you driving it.
I don't remember driving.
You can't remember driving this car from Preston down the M6?
No.
You can all pack your bags anyway, because you're going to walk home. Right. I'm sick of the bunch of you. Basically, you're going to get reported for the consideration of the question of prosecuting with the offence of speeding on the M6 motorway. You're going to get reported for contravening red traffic lights on the A49 Newton Road at Winwick. And you're going to get reported for the offence of driving without insurance. Does that make sense?
Yep.
He'll take them off the motorway, just so they're safely off the motorway network, and just drop them at a bus stop at the bottom of the exit slip. And they're waiting for their chauffeur to come and pick them up from Preston. How hard can it be? Just tell the truth. I used to be so patient, and now it just grinds me down.
If you have any dashcam clips you think could feature in the next series of Motorway Cops, Catching Britain's Speeders, send them along with your contact details to contactus@purpleproductions.co.uk.
And the new series continues next Monday at 8. Her gruesome murder was shocking enough before her teenage sons became prime suspects. Murdering Mum, The Killing of Eve Howells is brand new Wednesday at 9. Coming up, we explore the events that led to the biggest oil rig explosion in history. Inferno at Sea, the Deepwater disaster, is brand new next.